Oh, hi, folks. This is Maria, and this is episode 4 of a Yarn Elf podcast. And this is just where I talk about my love of colorful string and arts and crafts and all the good stuff like that that I've been up to. It has been a good minute. I think it's been almost 3 months since I last recorded a podcast style video, and that is because I had a baby over the summer. So it was a good summer, I guess. Hope everyone else who sees this had a nice summer too. I'm glad that fall weather is here because that's more knitting and crochet goodness, and finally can start wearing sweaters. So I guess just to get into it, I'll share some finished objects that I did over the summer. Most of them were done before the end of July because that's when I had my baby, and it is a couple of cute baby items, but I'll start with this was one of the nicer things I made over this summer. This is a bag that I made my daughter. This is called the Battenberg crochet bag. And I did this as part of a crochet along over the summer back in, I think, June. And this was the finished bag. It's very cute, very pretty. My daughter uses it as a bag to take to her dance class. And this is done out of, it's all We Crochet Dishy, which is their like kitchen cotton yarn. And the colors are, this is jalapeno, the light pink is blush, and this darker pink is begonia. And yeah, I think this turned out really, really nice. I have a Ravelry page, a project page set up for it, which I will link. Any pattern and stuff like that that I talk about will be linked below. So that was probably one of the things I was most proud over the summer about. And it used quite a bit of the yarn that I had for those, which was also a good thing. And then with the leftovers, I made just a little washcloth. So same colors, and this is not any pattern. This is just like a, you chain it to the width you want, and then I just do half double crochets in the back loop every row. And I just used up what was basically left of those 3 colors. So, what else did I make? Oh, the ends are not woven in on this, but this is, the pattern name of this is called the Utopia hat. This was a free pattern on Ravelry that I found a little while back, and it's quite pretty. That's the back, I think, the seam, you can see that. There's the front. So, and this is in Knit Picks We Crochet Twill. And I actually ran out of the first color, but luckily I had some of a second color to finish off the brim with, which ended up looking very nice. This yarn is very nice. I think I've shown a finished object with twill before. It's very, very squishy, very soft and smooth. I don't know if it's like super tightly spun or something like that, but it definitely, and it's got like a slight shine to it. I don't know if you can see. But as you can see, it's great stitch definition, this yarn. It's very pretty. So, that was the Utopia hat. And then for some baby objects, first, I made these cute little booties. I think they just now fit her feet. My baby's she's about 2 months old now. And it's fall, so it's perfect for little feet to stay warm. And I think this is just, I don't know, I think it was a free booty pattern off of like lionbrand.com's website. And I used Knit Picks We Crochet Brava. I think this color is called Cotton Candy and white. So. And then another finished baby object was, this is a little bonnet hat. The pattern, okay. So this is a little baby bonnet. It's part of a pattern called like the debutante set from Sweet Paprika Designs. And it's a free pattern on their website actually. There's little leg warmers that go with it, but I've just made the little bonnet first, and this is in Knit Picks Snuggle Puff. I think the colorway is Piglet. So, but she's already almost like outgrowing this, so I'm gonna have to make another one, I think. But this is, it's very cute. It gives the little, like, because it's got the point, the little kind of pixie hat look on a baby, which is very, very cute. And then another, I think I showed my plans to make this in the previous video or the last podcast, but this cute little cardigan, yay, the sparkles are showing. This is the Little Knots cardigan. Again, another pattern from Sweet Paprika Designs, and this pattern is adorable. If you can see the little details on there. And I knit this. This is actually a discontinued yarn, so you can't find it anymore, I don't think. But it's Bernat Sparkle. It was their sparkle yarn that they had for a while. But yeah, this turned out really pretty. And it's very cute on her. Again, I would re-knit this pattern because it was fun. There you can see the back. But I'll probably knit her a larger size pretty soon. In a different yarn though. But the sparkle yarn turned out really nice with that. And I guess the last little baby object to show is this. This is the Heatherly vest. This is crochet. And this was part of the release with We Crochet Knit Picks came out with a baby yarn this year, of course, and it's called Heatherly, and so this is made from Heatherly in the color, let's see, it's making the colors on the camera do all kinds of crazy stuff, but this is called Sea Glass, and it's a very pretty light blue. And that yarn is really nice. I'm working on kind of typing up a small review on it for my website. But yeah, I would definitely buy this yarn again. It's really nice to work with. It feels softer and nicer once you actually work it up. There's something about it, like in the hank, like it still feels nice and squishy, but it doesn't feel like it's going to make something super duper soft. But it does once you have a finished object. So, and this was in the sport weight, so it comes in worsted weight too. But yeah, it's really nice. I like working with that yarn. So that's pretty much kind of the finished objects that I have for works in progress. I still have plenty of stuff that I showed, I think, last time. There's still same socks on the needles, and I have a couple blankets, like large blankets in the works. But I have some new works in progress that I think would be a bit more fun to show. So first one, I'm working on another hat. This is the Crescendo hat by, I believe it's Erin Donahue. She was Gimme Yarn 418 for a long time on YouTube and changed to Everyday Erin. So, but yeah, this is one of her patterns, and it just really makes this pretty spiral design. I've knit this before. I like this hat pattern a lot. And I'm knitting it in Brava, Brava worsted in the color Fig. So, and then I'm also working on a top for my older daughter. She has wanted me to knit something out of this for years. This is Lion Brand Ice Cream. I don't know if they still make this yarn line or not, but this one you know, it's just a white with like colored speckles. So, and it's not quite a worsted weight. So, but I wanted to make her something she could wear. So I'm making the Tin Can Knits flax sweater, but I've adjusted with needle size and everything to kind of get as close to gauge as possible. And I'm not going to make it full sleeve, but if we can see it, there it is. I've already split for the sleeves, and I'm just working in the round on the body now. And the sleeves are probably going to be like t-shirt length sleeves. It's kind of hard to see, but the speckles are working up really cute in this. And I also am trying a new thing, the whole adding German short rows to the back of the sweater so that the front will actually come down a little and won't be so all over the neck. But yeah, that's coming along nice, and I should have enough, I think, to finish like the body length and give a couple short sleeves. So that's going well. And let's see. So here is the blanket playmat. It's a little too big to show on camera. And the reason I started with this yarn is originally I made my daughter a pillow with this. The yarn is called, I just have the tag. Where is it? There it is. There we go. Sweet Snuggle Stripes. It's from the Sweet Snuggles Stripes. That's a little hard to say. Anyway, so it's from Loops and Threads at Michael's. It's available here at my Michael's. I don't know about other ones. And it's just one of the typical like super squishy and soft like blanket yarns. And I had some left over from a pillow that I made my older daughter, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna make a playmat, which it's just simple. I just made it as chained as wide as I wanted it, and I'm just doing double crochets back and forth with it, and it's making it nice and squishy, and I think it will turn out really well. And it works up super fast with the mega bulky yarn that it is. So that is that. And I am also working on a baby blanket, but this, it's cute, but I don't know. I've wanted to make baby blankets. I think I even talked about this in the previous video, the previous podcast, about how I just can't really find a pattern that I was really happy with. I have since found a couple patterns, but I started this one, and let's see. So I started this one before I found the pattern that I currently downloaded, and was like, okay, I'll probably make this one. But this is something I started. If I can hold this up. There we go. It's pretty. This is using, let me see if I have a ball band. Here we go. The purples, it's Yarn Bee, Sugar Wheel, and Grape Jamboree. Let's see, hold this up. So there we go. I have no idea if this is still available. I bought that yarn, gosh, like 3 or 4 years ago when I was visiting the United States to see family. And it was in Hobby Lobby, I believe. I think down there, like, Yarn Bee is Hobby Lobby's brand of yarn. And then the white is just like a white acrylic from Michael's. So it is pretty. I'm just doing a, like, what do they call it? A shell or a ripple? I believe it's a shell stitch. You can see. There we go. So it is pretty. I think that's the best I can show it one-handed while holding a baby. But it is very pretty. But I don't know. So I won't frog it. I think I'll finish it. It will still make a cute little blanket. I'll just, I might start the pattern that I found. That looks really cute, and I have plenty of yarns to go for it. So, but yeah, those are my main whips at the moment. I still have some of the whips that I showed in the previous podcast. Just like I said, they're very large, and I know they're going to take a while, and not much has happened to them. And then aside from that, it is knit along season. I think everyone knows that. October is when the West Knits knit along happens, the mystery knit along, and I tried to participate in that last year because I thought, oh, make-alongs, like, sounds fun and probably good. And this summer when I participated in the crochet along for that bag, like, it was a lot of fun. But I would say last October is when life really just exploded around here. And yeah, so I'm retrying this year. I have signed up for it and everything, and I'm gonna do my best. I'm trying to get a few things off the needles before it starts, so that way I won't be too distracted. But I guess I could show the yarns that I got for this particular knit along. Every year it seems like, you need, of course, different yarns for it. So I took the chance. There's been a dyer that I've followed for a long time. I like her stuff, and I figured now is as good a time as any. It was to get one of her kits for the knit along, and it's lolodidit. So I got, let's see, this is Anduin, which that's showing up, yeah, that's pretty true to color right there. And I believe it's a Lord of the Rings reference, I think. That's a fun thing about all of her yarns, is they're usually, the colorways are some kind of pop culture reference. So that's Anduin, and then it's going to go with, this is Breakfast at Tiffany's, which this colorway in particular I've eyed of hers for a long time, so I was excited to see it in a kit. And then the last one is Don't Talk to Me About Life, which I'm pretty sure this is from her, what is that movie? And it's a book. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy collection that she did. So, and it's all on her solo base, which is, I believe it's just a single ply 100% merino, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 100% superwash merino fingering weight. And it looks like a single ply. So I'm excited to see how these three work up. I think those are going to be really cool together. Right? And again, it's lolodidit. So really pleased with that. I'll be caking those up soon. And then another, let's see, stash enhancement, you could say, that happened was, so my LYS happens to actually be Espace Tricot, which they have a pretty large following, and I'm not too far from them. They launched their own yarn line, which is called Bone Tricot, and yeah, so, and also it seems that people are starting to jump on a sequin trend, which seems very fun. So, but here's the bone tricot. I got the, what they call Bonnie DK in Concord grape. And it's a 40% superfine alpaca, 40% merino, 20% silk. This is very squishy. You can actually see, if you just hold the yarn like this, it's got drape to it. Like, it's quite, even just in the hank, like it drapes. So, yeah, this will be really, really pleasant to work with, I'm sure. And then I also got one hank of what they're calling the Happy 4-ply, which is 60% Exmoor Blueface, 20% Corriedale, 10%, I'm actually not sure how you pronounce that, and then 10% nylon. So it's a sock yarn, right? A fingering weight sock yarn, but it's got a bit of, it's very spongy feeling. Rusticy, spongy, if that makes sense. But I think it would make a fantastic pair of socks by the feel of it. Like, for example, from Knit Picks We Crochet, they have a base called, well, it's their Hawthorne base, I think, where it's like Highland wool and nylon as opposed to merino. And, you know, merino socks are great, but they, I find, wear out really fast. When you use more like sturdier wools like the Highland wool, and I'm gonna guess maybe by the feel of this one, yeah, the socks are just way tougher, and socks do take quite the beating. So, but yeah, and the colorway on this is Oxford Blue, which is just this very deep royal navy blue color, midnight navy. Very pretty. Probably my favorite kind of blue. And then to go with the Bonnie DK, this is King Cole Cosmos in Galactica, which, like I said, it seems like there's a lot of people starting to knit with sequins, and so I grabbed one of these, and this will be fun. I'm thinking a hat for my daughter would be a lot of fun to make for her. And then just for fun, they threw this in with my order, was this very cute little stitch marker that's a star, which I thought was super cute. And let's see. And then the last, I would think, oh, no, we don't need kitties in our yarn bags. So the last thing that I bought specific for, I mean, it's a make-along that's already happened, but I thought was just super cute, and I wanted to make one for myself, and that is the Imagined Landscapes knit-along making gnomes. So I bought one of the gnome kits. So I bought one of the gnome kits from Sweet Paprika. Right, this is their little logo, and my set was called Nomad. Right, there's all the info on it. This is 100% Blueface Leicester wool, and this was the colorway. I've already wound up a couple of them into balls, so just that one, and yeah. That combo, I think, is going to make a really cute gnome. I think the gnome that I want to knit is called Gnocchi, and I'm getting that one. I'm probably going to knit it for my daughter because that is her favorite meal ever, is gnocchi. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So obviously my upcoming big knitting plans are the Twist and Turns Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West, and a gnome and something sparkly, so, and some more baby and children's knits. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the moment. I hope everyone is doing well, Thank you so much for watching, if you tuned in for this episode. And I hope to post more. Maybe some yarn reviews and things like that. Like I said, I'm typing up one for the Heatherly from Knit Picks We Crochet. And yeah, so all links for patterns or anything that was relevant to what I said will be down below. And you can also find me on places like Instagram and whatnot by the stuff down there. So anyway, bye.